Birth is a miracle of love and courage, bringing light into the world. Death is a loss of light, but no less an act of courage. For we are born from and return to mystery.
Welcome to Valley Unitarian Universalist Congregation. I'm the Reverend Sarah Oglesby Dunnigan, the minister here. It's my pleasure and my honor to be with you today. Gathered here today, we have people from many different faith traditions, and we are grateful for this illustration and this reminder of the diversity that is God and that is beloved community. We are gathered here today because one we have loved and been loved by, Samira, has died. Grieving is its own music and its own dance. We remember joy and beauty and love, just as surely as we feel sadness, loss, and separation. There is no right or wrong way to say goodbye to a loved one or to grieve their loss, just as there is no one way to celebrate the unique mark left on the universe of our hearts. This morning, I invite you to take a deep, cleansing breath together and feel the love in this space holding you. We gather in grief and gratitude, prepared to celebrate a life well lived. We gather as a circle of family and friends, a circle that is both wide and, like a well, also deep. To our friends and loved ones, we shall give the most worthy honor and tribute, if we never say nor remember that they are dead, but rather that they have lived, that thereby the force and flow of their action and work may be carried over the gulfs of death and be made immortal in the true and earthly life which they had worthily used. The dead are not dead if we have loved them truly. In our own lives, we give them immortality. And never are our loved ones so powerful to influence and inspire us than after death has withdrawn them from us. Then we feel with a new intensity the elements of sweetness and love in their lives. Then they take their place like stars in a region of purity and peace. Today we offer stories and songs and weave a small tapestry of gratitude for Samira's life, a life full of love, family, friendship, community, service, beauty, and a life lived with passion and a delight for pleasure of all of these. And we'll begin this morning with a eulogy offered by Jamila and Layla.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Jamila Pulliam, and I'm Samira's big sister. I'm sure that many of you know me or you've heard of me because Samira was an open book. She easily shared her personal life with everyone she met. That's a family trait. We're proud of the life that we've built, and we're especially proud of our family. If you know us, then you know that family is everything to us. I want to thank everyone for coming to this service where we can all share our love for Samira and grieve together. In the past few months, she's told me quite a few times, "Hey, you know everyone will come out for me, right?" And I absolutely knew this to be true because Samira's impacted thousands and thousands of people throughout her lifetime. Samira never met a stranger. She had the power to make you feel loved and like a close family member after just one interaction. Samira and I had 44 years together. It still feels like it was just a moment in time. I actually put off writing this speech until last night because I have too many memories, too many thoughts in my head. I can't quantify it all on paper or in a quick speech. How can I sum up 44 years of life together? How do I explain to everyone how much she meant to me and my family? It would take hours upon hours to go through the memories and the stories. It still wouldn't be enough time to truly explain the depths of my love for my sister. I was 18 months old when she was born, and we have been each other's rock ever since. We helped each other through the best of times and the worst of times. We lived together, we raised our kids together, celebrating every occasion along the way. If you've ever been to any of our family events, like a birthday party, a graduation, or that one Thanksgiving where we had 55 people eating, you would understand how important family and celebration was to Samira. I would not be who I am today if it weren't for my sister being strong and always having my back. She did this for everyone. She always fought for those that she loved, and she made sure to support us and give us positive words and motivation to do bigger and better things. All you have to do is look through the hundreds and hundreds of memorial posts on her Samira Strong Facebook page to see the beautiful testimonies to her amazing character. She was my champion, and she always pushed me to do great things, scary things. She was always so strong and steadfast, and I was her champion too, always pushing her to ignore any doubt or any fear that might hold her back. Samira was an amazing daughter, sister, mother, wife, and friend. Every single person in this room is here because she made us feel like her family. She truly loved each and every one of us. Her heart was so big that she poured love onto strangers and people on Facebook and people within her community. She had a strong personality, that's for sure. She never hesitated to speak her mind and set you straight, but it was all done out of love and caring. I have countless stories of us frantically searching for ways to help a variety of people throughout our lives, helping people stranded on the side of the road, helping people in her community, the unhoused population that was near her salon. We were constantly finding ways to help people, and that's kind of a core value in our family. She made a difference everywhere that she went. Now, as she built her career, she had side jobs in nursing homes. She would just pour her energy and love into the elderly clients. She brought her children with her to give love and support to the residents. She loved her boys so much. She was so proud of them. She loved to take them to work with her. She was happy to share them with all of her clients. They were her best helpers, and even now, they're the most amazing big brothers that you could ever find. This cancer battle came out of nowhere. She found out about it on the actual day that she was signing a lease to open her brand new salon. She never got to finalize that big dream of hers, so now we all must honor her. We have to push to achieve our dreams. Don't hesitate. Do not fear failure. That's one of the biggest lessons that we can take from her untimely passing. She's left a void so deep in my heart and in all of our hearts that the only way I can think to cope with it is to find ways to honor her each and every day. She would want us to all continue living life exuberantly with passion. Time is an illusion. Life is too short. Her wish was to get better, just to have time to do all the things that were put off due to the chaos of living a busy and productive life. She wanted to go camping, have lunch with her friends, and just take those meaningful small trips with her kids, all the things that we all just push off until we have more time. When you're afraid or insecure, just think, what would Samira do in this situation? She would storm into the room, confident and loud. She would make friends with every person she met along the way, and I always felt sorry for the people that were standing in her way. She would blast right through them. She never took no for an answer. When her daughter Victoria was born prematurely, she went all the way to the top levels of that hospital to fight for top-of-the-line care. She never listened when they gave recommendations that were unacceptable. She had a strong faith in God. She knew her baby girl would be okay, and God helped the person that had a different opinion or tried to change her mind. When Victoria was able to come home, Samira went to the top levels at that Air Force base in Texas to persuade them to transfer Mike to a base that would be closer to her family. It only took her a few phone calls to the top command, the highest general on the base, the governor of Texas, and she got her wish to be transferred to Las Vegas. Now, when Samira saw how intelligent and special her daughter Sophia was, she searched all of Phoenix to find the right places for her. She knew that Sophia had special talents and gifts, and we're nurturing those to these days. Sophia is an athlete. Samira discovered that early on, and she became her biggest fan. She found the perfect basketball teams for her. She is the biggest cheerleader for her children. She will go to the ends of her earth to have her children achieve their dreams. Samira was also so happy with all of her boys and how they're becoming such amazing young men. Julian and Adrian are both in college and working. Angelo and Jacob are working full-time and helping run the family business. All 4 of these young men are outstanding, and they make our family so proud. Julian and his beautiful girlfriend, Eva, have given Samira the best gift in the world, her handsome grandson, Grayson. And Eva is the strongest young woman, the best daughter-in-law in the world, and we're going to make sure to throw the party of the year when she graduates U of A this December, just like Samira had planned. We plan to keep Samira's memory alive and strong, and we will continue to share on her Samira Strong page because you are all family, and she'd want you all to know about her children and her grandchildren and how things are going with her beautiful family. I had thought to share some of the sentiment from the hundreds upon hundreds of people who were commenting on her Samira Strong page and on the community pages, but I don't have the hours and hours that it would take to share all of the beautiful words, the thoughts, the emotions. I encourage you all to go and check out those pages and see what people say about her. And if you didn't already know, you would truly understand how she lived life to the fullest. She showed her love unconditionally, and she shared it openly with everyone that she met. I have to give special thanks to my brother-in-law, Mike, because he is the most amazing husband. He never left her side throughout this entire battle. He exemplifies what true love means, and I'm so happy that my nieces and nephews saw the perfect example of how to truly love your partner. I also want to thank my mother and my sister Layla for being there daily throughout this 6-month journey, because together we were able to keep her out of the hospital and out of hospice until less than 48 hours before her beautiful and peaceful passing. Finally, a huge thanks to my husband Damien for being my rock and for giving my sister the best big brother in the world since she met you when she was 14 years old. I also give a huge thanks to all of our brothers and sisters and the friends that we call family. Without you, we couldn't have gotten through this journey. Samira knew how much we all loved her. She was confident that we would collectively make sure that her wonderful husband and her precious children were supported and surrounded by a community of loving aunts, uncles, and family. I take comfort in the fact that she's in heaven. I know that she feels all of our love. And Samira knows the truth of how she touched each and every one of us and made an impact in our life. Thank you all for coming to celebrate my amazing sister, Samira Vinoya.
Hi, everyone. I'm Layla McBell, Samira's younger sister. I wanted to read a poem that's important to me and our family. It's going to be on the back of your guys' program. When I'm gone. When I am gone, do not fear my memory. Do not be afraid to speak my name or look through old photographs. Do not be scared to play old videos that you might not hear my voice or see me laughing. Do not be wary of visiting my favorite places or eating my favorite foods or singing along to my favorite songs. I know it will hurt. Those memories will remind you that I am gone. They will stab you like a knife in an open, gaping wound, raw, excruciating pain. But after a while, the knife will become less sharp. The wound will become less open, and the pain will become less raw. And those memories will remind you that I was here, that I lived. Do not reduce my life to my death. Speak my name, hear my voice, sing my favorite songs, and visit my favorite places, because that's how I can stay alive a little right here with you. If you knew my sister, you knew that she loved her family and that she loved her children most of all. My sister also felt every emotion in a very deep way. If my sister loved you, she'd fight endlessly for you and endlessly with you. I'm going to miss her so much. She's been my best friend my whole life. When my sister got sick, I made a lot of promises for her children and her family, for all of our lives to continue on and all of us to be happy, to be healthy, and to be fulfilled, and to make sure to keep the fun, laughter, and silliness that she brought to us every day and to every event. I promised to do my best and keep all of my promises, and I look forward to the day that she welcomes me home. Samira, I love you forever, and I'm going to miss you for always.
All this pain, I wonder if I'll ever find my way. I wonder if my life could really change at all. All this earth, could all that is lost ever be found? Could a garden come up from this ground at all? You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of the dust. All around, hope is springing up from this old ground. Out of chaos, life is being found in us. You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of the dust.
Samira had many brothers and sisters, and this is very, very hard for people to come up here and speak because she meant way too much, and we're still processing. If any of her brothers and sisters want to come up and say words, you can. Otherwise, I have them here on my phone, and as big sister-elect, I can say the words from some of our family members. And also, if her children want to come up, they can also come up and say some words.
Hello, everybody. I'm Samira, one of Samira's many brothers. And I want to start by thanking all of you guys for being here to honor the life of our sister. As you know, she died far too young, and it's been difficult. Our grief is still painful, but your presence and your prayers are much appreciated. So thank you guys. I consider myself one of the luckiest brothers to have a sister as amazing as Samira. As many of you know, she was pure-hearted, compassionate, and one of the most selfless people that would ever come around. Samira was the type of person that would drive around at 2 a.m. the night before Christmas on a cold Summerlin night in Vegas, handing out blankets to homeless and offering to buy them food. I still remember that night as if it were yesterday. She always did so much for others, but never cared about the credit or being recognized for it. She was a sister that I was able to lean on during challenging times, that would always tell you what you needed to hear and not what you wanted to hear. She told it as it was and never held back, and I thank her for it. She played a big role in shaping me into the man that I am today. Whenever I had doubt, she made sure I felt supported and would be with me every step of the way. When I think about Samira, I think about perseverance. She never had anything come easy in life, and she dealt with every obstacle head-on, would always find her way to the top. She never complained and never liked people to feel sorry for her. She was the best at everything she did, the best sister, the best wife, the best hairdresser, but most importantly, the best mother. I always found myself in awe of my sister. She would work nonstop, but still make sure she never missed any of her kids' events. Whether it was Sophia's basketball games or Tori's dance performances, she was there in the front row recording every second and making sure she uploaded it to Facebook for the world to see. She was such a proud mom. She dedicated her life to her family and children and raised 2 fine young men and 2 sweet, beautiful girls. She made sure to instill the best values, and they are a true reflection of her dedication and love. I'm going to miss you so much, Samira. The void you left us would never be filled. I will always thank the man upstairs for putting you in our lives. I love you always, and it's never goodbye. It's until I see you again, inshallah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Thank you, guys.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mohammed. I'm one of Samira's brothers. Thank you so much for coming and honoring her today. The amount of love you gave us was infinite. It is bestowed in every single person you touched, and thus your presence will always be felt. Thank you for bringing my nephews and beautiful nieces into this world. I promise to try and always be the uncle you wanted me to be. My prayers will never stop coming until we meet again. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jamal, another one of Samira's brothers, but the bigger, older one. Thank you guys all for coming out here today. You guys don't understand how much this means to us and our family, and I really do appreciate y'all and the love that you have for her and showing her that. Samira, I don't think I can ever come to terms with the fact that you're no longer here with us, but I'm grateful for the time we had. I catch myself thinking about all the memories we made with each other, and it hurts when I think about the new memories we were supposed to have. God must have needed another angel to help him after seeing how many people you've helped while you were here. You've helped so many people with your kindness and unconditional love. I know you will always be around watching over our family. I will miss your laughs, your smiles,
your screams and your fights. But what I'm gonna miss the most is learning from you. You've taught me how hard to fight for the things that matter most. I hope when you look down on us, you can see how much of an impact you've had on everyone around you. Thank you for always loving Malik unconditionally, as if he was also one of your own. I will always love you, and I will always miss you. Love, your little big brother.
Words from her big brother, Damien. I will miss you, Samira. I will miss you on birthdays and holidays. I will miss you on vacations and weekend barbecues. I will miss you when my kids need a fierce aunt. I will miss you when my nephews and nieces do the next spectacular thing that I capture on video, and I want to share it with you. I will miss you when I walk in the kitchen to ask if you washed your hands. Just to wash, you give me that face. You know, the one where you want to call me names, but it's also kind of funny. So you just remind me how you got sick at the last barbecue. I will miss you today and tomorrow and the next. I will miss you, my sister, and I will not forget you. I will not forget the more than 30 years of laughs, hugs, thoughts, and unfiltered love that only a sister would force on you. Thank you for allowing me to be your brother. I will miss you, Samira. And these words are from her big brother in Brazil, who unfortunately wasn't able to make it. He says, unfortunately, I couldn't be present in life, but I will always be present in spirit and with the wish that one day we will all meet in life and soul. My heart has Samira in it like everyone else connected to me by our Father and our God. And that's from Nasser, her brother. Her little baby Davy, her little brother David is here. He says, they say you can't choose family, but if you ever could, I know Samira would have chosen every single one of her family members, and not because she should. No matter what you had going on with her, she always had your back, and she was a force to be reckoned with. She loved her friends and family so much, and she was one of the best mothers that I knew. Even though we miss her, I know she's not too far away, as our hearts are full of so many memories, and we will treasure them until our dying days. Paige and I love you, and not a day will go by that we won't think of you. Please keep looking down at all of us, as I know we will all need your presence in our lives. And our brother Donald, he says, ladies and gentlemen, I want to begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to all of you who have gathered here today to remember and honor my sister, Samira. Your presence means the world to our family during these challenging times. When I think of Samira, I think of a remarkable woman who embodies qualities that inspired all who knew her. She was outspoken, honest, never afraid to speak her mind. Samira had an incredible ability to encourage others to become the best versions of themselves. If you found yourself in a difficult situation or making a mistake, you could always count on her for sound advice and guidance on how to overcome challenges and make improvements. But beyond her strength of character, Samira was a mother like no other. Her love for her children was boundless, and it radiated from her in everything that she did. She poured her heart and soul into nurturing and caring for her kids, making sure they knew they were cherished above all else. Today, as we remember Samira, let us carry forward the lessons she taught us about the power of honesty, the importance of being there for one another, and the boundless love that can exist within a family. She may no longer be with us in person, but her spirit lives on in our hearts, in the memories we hold dear, and in the love that she shared with all of us. Thank you once again for joining us and celebrating the life of a truly remarkable woman, my dear sister, Samira. And her little brother, Hijazi, says, when they first gave me the option if I wanted to do a speech, my first thought was no. But I could just hear your voice cursing me out, telling me I would have given a speech at your wedding. So this is for you, Samira. I'm really going to miss how motivated you would make me feel after our very long phone calls. You always wanted to see me and everyone else in the family successful, and you always told me that you're rooting for me from afar. Because we know how easy we can get on with our lives, I'm really going to miss your presence, and it will surely be missed, but the memories and feelings of your infinite love stays with me forever. And I think I have the siblings. The rest of us have all of our thoughts in our head because we all know that she's watching, and we all know that she's so proud for everyone to be here. And we're going to honor her. And when we come back for the celebration of life, then the stories can flow because all of us have so much love and so many things to say.
We also wanted to read a letter from Michael's family. First, I want to tell you I love you. You've made such a positive impact on so many people, so many families, taking care of those that need it and for those less fortunate. You are loved, adored, and appreciated by many. We all love you. You've accomplished so much in life despite struggles, trials, and tribulations. You're a rock-solid foundation for your boys, and you found and took care of my brother. And you're an amazing mother and role model for your girls, and we all know you wore the pants in the family. Sorry. You're so headstrong with so much energy, even on the most exhausting days, and you kept everyone and everything in line, on schedule and motivated. You always kept it moving, always staying involved in the moment, but also with an eye to the future for success, growth, and opportunity for your family. I deeply appreciate our talks and the confidence you trusted with me, and thank you for your advice and guidance in some of my most difficult and trying times. You always kept it so real as they get. Sis, I pray for your absolute peace and assurance, peace with no pain, peace with no stress, and peace with no worries. Assurance that your boys and your girls, your family, and Mike will all be taken care of. Please rest assured. I also feel assured that you will be watching over us from heaven as a motherly and sisterly guardian angel. Your love and presence will remain with us every day. I love you, sis. and we will miss you so much. Until we meet again, God bless. Rest in peace, rest in power, rest in love.
Won't you join me in a moment of prayer? Now, you don't have to close your eyes for this one, but you can. It's up to you. You can let them be open to see the beauty and love around you, to notice the people here and the beauty of this day. When we pray, we are engaging something that is both personal and something communal. And our prayers are as diverse as each of us. Prayer is a moment of looking inward and a moment of reaching for the holy. Prayer can be urgent, born of our pain and grief or suffering. And prayer can be full of gratitude and acceptance, born of our sense of blessing and connection to the holy. Prayer can be a ritual that we carry with us, like a tool that we might use in the garden, necessary and concrete. And prayer can be a song, a smile, a hand offered. When we pray together, it is all of these and more. It is an opportunity for us to honor the holy that we carry, share, and create by loving one another and seeking what is beyond measure and beyond words. Each of you, in your own way, you are the prayer. Today, as you gather here and say goodbye to Samira and turn to one another to share grief and to celebrate her life and the gifts received having known her, may these prayers be woven together as a soft cloth that brings comfort, warmth, and peace. May the colors of these memories and stories be vibrant and full of life, imbued with the spirit of the departed. And so we ask of you, loving presence, God of many names and no name at all, love that abides and place of refuge. Walk with us as we grieve. Listen to our stories. Connect us in love and community. Remind us that the beauty of creation and precious gift of life that you have bestowed on us and all living things. May we find that we feel loss because your gifts are the marrow of life. May we rediscover these gifts over and over in one another and in the places that hold us and keep us. May it ever be so. Amen. Blessed be. Inshallah. As we prepare to close this time of remembrance and community, I invite you to join me responsively in these words of remembrance. Let our words weave our spirits together, offering healing and connection between us and within us. In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we remember them. In the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. In the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we have joys we yearn to share, we remember them. So long as we live, They too shall live, for they are part of us as we remember them. On behalf of Samira's family, I extend deep gratitude to all who have come to this service with love and support. In times of grief, we need a community that is willing to show up and be present, even when the right words seem to evade our tongues. Each of us carries a piece of the story that is Samira's life. And before the family recesses to carry Samira to her final resting place, I invite each of you to engage in a ritual of remembrance of your choice. And we will move clockwise through the room. You have a choice. You can go out onto the patio and do none of these things, but if you would like to add a little bit of water to our fountain over under the windows here as a remembrance of your own tears and the way that we hold each other in community as the water holds us. Or if you'd like to light a candle or make one last pass, just say goodbye to Samira before we close the casket. Those are all options to you. Or you can sit in your chair and just wait for a little while, but allow others to get up and move if they need to. So we'll move from the back row around clockwise and forward. And as I said, if you want to go to the patio and wait out there, you can do that. Later today, when Samira's family returns from the graveside farewell, which you are also welcome to follow us to, we will hold a reception here and a celebration of life. We will share stories more informally. We will break bread as a community. There's going to be some great food, y'all. So definitely come back for that. And we will remind each other that it is our relationships that connect us to the holy. Our love for each other and our ability to heal and hold each other in times of grief, challenge, and change. So come back and join us later. And I'll invite the last row as we begin the music to stand and either recess or come around and leave clockwise. So back row, if you'll go ahead and stand.
you.